And what I have for you in Classroom 33, witchcraft. Okay, that's the topic of the day. We're going to be talking about this all day today. Okay? And the first thing I want you to understand about dark arts, which is the performance they perform, they're literally performing dark arts, right? So they're acting out a dark character, okay? Within this performance of the performing, she was deciding to get tattoos to identify with the males that were also into dark arts and were performing from the dark character, okay? So they would tattoo each other different tattoos of the dark arts, okay? To symbolize they were in the offspring section of the Cain section, okay? The fallen section, the fallen angel section. They were identifying with tattoos. Every single one of them identifies tattoos. You see them on the face. Fallen. All day. They're fallen characters. They have yet to repent and they have yet to come back to the light. They are in denial and they're actually posers. They pose as light, but yet they are darkness. Those are called Lucifer light barriers. Do not believe them. I don't believe them. My character ain't got no dark arts on me. None. Next thing you want to know about these characters, as they identify with tattoos, some of the tattoos you're going to see are dragons. Any type of dragon. That's a fallen entity already. That's the ancient serpent dragon. Come on now. You see the dragon on their skin, they're fallen entities or offsprings. They're demons. Number 2, they identify with demon time. They'll even operate under demon time. Number 2, the serpent. You see a serpent, which is a snake. Okay? You see a snake on the body. Another identification of the fallen spirit, which aka identifies with demon or demon time. They are on demon time. Okay? Dragons, snakes. Next one, skull and bones. You see skull and bones on the character. That is considered to be the reptilian catacomb crew. Okay? That's another fallen entity, a fallen spirit. Okay? And they are of the dark arts. They're in the dark magic. Okay? They're in the witchcraft. We're going to talk about this. Okay? This is a woman's performance. Okay? It's not males. Males do not perform witchcraft. They perform sorcery. Also dark magic. Females perform witchcraft. The males are considered the sorcerers. Okay? The difference between the two. Get them right or don't talk about it at all. Because you don't know what you're talking about. I do this off the top, no study, off the top. Where the brain works. It's a machine, you fire it up, it's to heavens. That's why they call it fired up. Okay? Because firing electrical light. Okay? Signals. Who are you getting the signals from if it wasn't God himself? Somebody has an answer on that? Where's the signal coming from? Anybody got a GPS on where God's personal signal comes from? Anybody? Smarties? So smart out there. Such a genius. IQs are so high. Yet you're playing in the shithole. I don't think your IQ is all that high. You got the consciousness of a baby. Baby plays in the shit. So we're down to mind games. Okay? The high IQ characters, they want to play the mind games. And one of them is witchcraft, right? The women. They're playing mind games. And one of the ways they'll play a mind game with you is they'll draw you in with their titties. Okay? So they're going to expose the blouse. Exposure to the blouse. They want eyes, attention on the titty. Okay? One way a witch does her magic, starting with her sexual body. Okay? The next thing she'll do is have her shorts way up, tied up in here. Now you got cheeks hanging out and you're looking. Okay? You're looking and she's cooking. She's cooking hot, okay? Some people might say she was smoking hot after you cooked her. And you're in the penis area. You're falling immediately. You're falling from the mind, okay? You went from heaven to the ash, okay? As fast as you fell, you went to the cockpit, the coccyx, okay? You were down there, you were thinking, hey, it's time to wake up, buddy. We got a job to do. Now you're trying to talk him in the game. As you're talking to him, you gotta get the sack ready, okay? Gotta get the sack ready for the sacrament, okay? You gotta be prepared at all times, because if it ain't ready to perform, you're in trouble. It's a witch, okay? And she'll lay it on you. They're crazy within the mind, okay? Their minds are dark arts. They're evil, okay? There's nothing good about what she's gonna come with in her life. She's gonna come with magic tricks, spells, rituals. She's gonna want to take pieces of your hair every time you piss her off. Oh yeah, throw one of them, like every time you turn your back, she's throwing her signs up, her body language up, talking that without saying anything. You know how they do it. The forest. Let's get to the forest, okay? Some of these witches, they perform from the forest. Some of them perform from the house. If they perform from the house, there's a lot of dark evil in the house, okay? Usually you'll sense demons, okay? Demons, that's why the forest is such a dangerous place, because it's where witches are, and they perform dark arts in the woods where demons are located, okay? So a lot of death occurs out there. And what happens with mind games is suicidal behavior. Okay, it comes out of the male. The males have the highest suicidal rate after a breakup. They just do. Okay, women, they don't give a F. Okay, they'll throw the next dick in and the next dick out. Okay, they're a revolving door. They call them double door sliders. Okay, because that's how big the hole can get. You can open both doors. You know the flap, when it flaps open? Yeah. So they call them pussy lips, okay? But this is the double doors. You just open both up, because you spread the legs, you're gonna dive in. And then when you get wet, you could get wet as an ocean, okay? Because it could be that deep. You might go ball deep on her. Yeah, but we're at the forest now. And we're in Japan. I think we're in Japan. I think it's Japan or China, one of the two. And they call it the Redwoods, okay? They got another location in America, on the California side, called the Redwoods. This place is known for demons. This is a demon location. Very highly active demon location. This is why so many people go there to kill themselves. It's a demon location. The spirit becomes a demon. Why? Because it sent itself to hell. And if it didn't go to hell yet, then it's stuck on earth and it's residing as a demon. A lost spirit. That's what a demon is. Okay? It's a lost spirit. It's a spirit that got lost in the evil. It could never return home because it never didn't want to do any good. It wanted to do everything opposite of the good. It wanted to be negative. And it shall stay negative. That's why when a negative emotion, if a demon comes around, you might feel a negative emotion around it. Okay? You might start feeling negative, depression, anxiety, worry, fears. These are all connected to the demon. Okay? Demon spirit, dark spirit. It's the difference. That's why you're feeling like you're in dark times. They call it dark times because there's a demon around. Okay? He's drawing your energy of light, and he's diminishing your light. And he's drawing you into his darkness to make you feel what he feels. The demon feels sadness, envy, malice, jealousy. This is all demon spirit. Okay? Anytime you see that in that Bible, it's talking about demons. The spirit of a demon and what they come with, and how they draw your energy of light and turn you into these negative emotions. Okay? what you get out of this is witchcraft women, the women that are into witchcraft, it's not males. Let me reiterate that one more time. These are all females under witchcraft. This is specific titled Women Doing Witchcraft. And they have to perform it, which means they're performing dark arts. Their character is literally performing as if we were sitting on a stage and I was in the audience. We would be watching witches, okay, and they'd be performing. This could be music, okay? Women that are on the side of dark arts, their music, are all witches, okay? None of them are of the light. They're all of the dark. So if you see Doja Cat, she gets up there and her music sounds like dark arts, and you see her look like a demon, she's a fucking witch, okay? And she sleeps with what we call the dark arts characters on the opposite end, the males, which would be demons. Alright? Not very hard to figure out. She's considered a harlot, okay? Let's move to the next piece. Harlot, okay? Witches are harlots. Well, I got one for every single one of these characters. And guess what? As I hit these out the park, remember it was me. Me in my prime, when I was all juiced up, Barry Bonds. And you were looking for a bond out of jail. So, we're at harlot. That's why he's got the word lot in it. You know, understand? There was a lot of harlots when Lot was around. You trust me. A lot of whores. Okay? And what are they tied to? I call them demon whores. Nothing else to call them. Literally. They're damn demon time whores. Okay? They think they're running the show. They're so brave and ain't nobody gonna take us out. God ain't gonna do nothing. From where? Your little peasant seat? You ain't. The couch is bigger than you. The couch can whoop your ass if it can move. Trust me. If this bike right here had a flat tire and you ran into a curb without jumping it, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna flip over the handlebars and you're gonna shut the fuck up and start crying. Oh, I fucking hurt myself. Be all skinned up, bruised up. Talking that ish. Talking when you're hurt. Talking when you're dying. Talking when you need something. Shut up. Demon horse. Keep your fucking mouth shut and go to hell. Simple as that. Go be with the Hellraisers. So, as these harlots have loved to play around with demon time whores, you know, they're demon time whores. What you get out of this at the end of the day is no love, okay? There's going to be no love. There would be love between the two dark characters that connect. It'll be out of evil love, okay? That's the love that they're on, okay? And that's what I need to explain to you. Their love is based on evil. So even if you did fall in love with her, it was never a love that was passionate. It was all under evil. It's evil love. Okay? And it's under destruction. They're going to destroy the love that you have and turn you into an evil character. Okay? And then you're going to have the evil love. The love of selfishness. Okay? You're going to become selfish. Even though she seems like an okay character because you fell in love maybe with her looks. The Beauty and the Beast, you ever heard of it? She's beautiful and she was a beast on the inside, trust me. Something very hideous is lurking within these characters. Even though they have beautiful looks, I don't care if she could be a dime piece on the outside. Dude, I'm telling you, the freaking threes are just as the threes are ugly, and they're just as hideous on the inside. There's a lot of hunchbacks out here, okay? A lot of hunchbacks. What I mean by that is by the time they're 80 years old, they're all hunchbacked over. All these characters that look so beautiful now are all hunchbacked over. God fucking took their back from them or something. It's got them hunched over with little walkers with their little tennis balls and stuff. Just got to move them real slow. They can't even, they can't perform anymore. They're all going, they're all wasting their life away, huh? That was a funny one, huh? Evil love. That's the only time they've tried to find love. They were such whores, they were such demon whores when they were younger. They had every dick in the neighborhood in them. Now, every time you took her out on a date, they were like, yeah, we already fucked her, boys. Good job. Slapping each other off at the fucking restaurant. Talking about her. How they already slept with her and all this and that. That's why you gotta be careful who you date. You date anyone, you may be part of a conversation that involves your name now, as you're just a dummy. You're the dummy swimming in the hole. Okay? The wrong hole. She might have took 3 dicks in her ass. Who knows? Triple penetration? Possible these days. They love it. Check on porno. You'll see it there. And everyone on porno is into witchcraft. Okay? Another one. Nothing you want to know. Orgies. God talked about this in the Bible. Trust me. You just didn't get down and dirty as I do. And speak it the way it's supposed to be said now. Okay? So they're into orgies. Low key. Without your knowing. Okay? That's why it's evil love. Because when you turn your back, orgy and cheating. No loyalty at all. There is no loyalty in any of these characters. They're on demon time whore mode. I mean, what kind of loyalty are you really going to get out of a demon whore? She's going to blow the whole fucking neighborhood. All shotguns in her mouth. Blow her brains out. So it's an orgy party, and she should cheat her. So she's going to be cheating on you. You're going to fall head over heels, play all the mind games with her. She's going to tell you, I'm not cheating so-and-so. No, nothing. All this mind games. Trust me, I was in a lot of relationships, buddy. Trust me. They all played the same game. They're not smooth anymore. They played me every time until I said enough was enough, and I put my foot down and shoved it up their ass so far I kicked it. I kicked it out the park. And now it's my time to be Tony Parker. I'm just over here San Antonio style. But when it was time to be serious, I was on the borderline and we were playing Texas Ranger games. So we're at the orgy. You know, it's a big fest. She was called to a party. All of a sudden, she's at the party. She gets a few drinks in her. So that's what the next piece will be. Drugs and alcohol. They love drugs and alcohol. They do. They just are what they are. Now, some of them retire. They realize they ain't going to live as long as they thought they would. So, they'd hang it up. They hang the alcohol up. Some of them may hang the drugs up. But they eventually hang it out because they realize their health has declined. And that they're not all that tough that they say they were. And that's just the truth. They all act tough. Every single one of them. Till they start dying. Then they realize the fallen angels tricked them. What do you tell you? You're gonna live a long time? You're gonna live a long time, just like us, baby. Trust me. He's moved on. Once you sleep with a fallen angel, trust me. If it was a real fallen angel, you slept with him. Guess what? You're getting old. You're gonna die. He moves on. Gets him a new piece of ash. Just the way it works. Sorry. He's immortal. You're immortal. So you fell into the drugs and alcohol. You fell into the tricks of the young teens, which all fall into this category. Young teens falling into the category of drugs and alcohol. They're leading themselves down the path of witchcraft, sorcery, and dark arts. Okay? Eventually they'll be tattooed head to toe and they'll look like foolish characters. With no sense. No comment, no sense at all. No understanding. Okay? They may have knowledge. Everybody has knowledge. Okay? That's not the keys. Okay? That was never the keys to the wisdom. The keys to the wisdom was to have the understanding. Once you had the understanding, then you had the key. Okay? Because you understood something in life. If you don't understand it, with the knowledge you withhold, then you are powerless. And that's why it states that you are powerless. Okay? And that's why you should stay away from drugs and alcohol. Because you become powerless to control it. No one can control drugs and alcohol. I don't care who you are. You can say whatever you want. And you can lie to everybody in the freaking neighborhood. I know this better than anyone. You cannot control it. You never could. No one can. Doesn't matter if it's pharmaceuticals. Dare lie and say you can control it. I dare you. Lie to somebody else, but don't lie to God. So we're at drugs and alcohol. You waste your whole entire life. You realize you're getting old. You stop doing drugs. Eventually, sometime down the road, who knows when you finally put an end to it. And witchcraft is, they all identify with sexual identity. Okay, this is your LGBTQ. Trust me, all LGBTQs right here in this category. Trust me, 100%. Yes, they do. They support them. Why? Because they'll back them up. Come on now. The LGBTQs, they're all retarded. It's boomer 1, boomer 2 babies. They ain't got no brains left in them. What? After nuke 1 and 2 went off? Come on now. One went off in the land, one went off in the water, and everybody was screwed. We've been playing cabbage baby since. You ain't never seen cabbage grow from the inside of a lab? Bioengineered lab? You might want to check it out. It's just as bad as the brain's growing right now on this earth. It's not growing at many percentages. The rate of the brain actually working is very seldom. Literally, it's seldom. They're using AI, and they believe AI is God. They're calling AI God. That's because the fallen angels tricked you into AI. AI is far from God and it'll never be God because the God is yourself. You're technically a low deity. You're just so fucking stupid. You've fallen. Why they call you fallen since the beginning? Because you fell into the tree of wisdom of good and evil, and yet you followed the fucking evil, Elon and all you. I don't give a fuck what they say anymore. I'm not on their side. I don't play dark arts. Yeah, sometimes you fall for the tricks. What they play is mind games. And they do it through beauty. That's why they play with the makeup, the jewelry, the nice tight butt lifters. They're nothing more than lifting your butt to make it puff out a little bit more, make the dick arouse. And then last but not least, they'll take everything you own. The last piece is the most crucial, but it's the most crushing to the soul. They take your children because the government backs up witchcraft. Magic and sorcery is coming out of this government right here in America. They support this. They take your kids. Not only do that, they give you foster kids after. For the gays. Okay? The gay community, lesbian community. They give them to them. Then they sexually assault them and pedophilia behavior on them. And get away with it. Because our government's into pedophilia behavior.